All right, Matthew at Maddie's Auto in Niagara. Here we go. So, quick video about some tips and tricks. We got a head gasket job on an older Ford Ranger we're doing. And again, if it doesn't need extra parts, I'm not all about throwing shit in. Why don't you kind of zoom on in here? So, we have the pretty motherfucking rusted studs that the exhaust pipe would connect to. There is plenty of beef on this to get out. I have my fancy $400 1/4" turbo snap-on torque socket set. I also have my 3/8 that I've had since Fox Valley Tech. These things are real handy. Now, a couple of tips and tricks. I was able to get the first stud out no problem with the turbo sockets, a little bit of wax from a Crayon, which is a tip I just picked up within the last year or two, and a bunch of heat. And again, the manifold surface on this other side will be perfectly fine when we buzz it down. I just need to get these out. The threads are really good in what was intact, so bear with me here. I did snap off the one side, but we had the other side, so we're just gonna pull it out. So again, heat. It ain't sticking if it's liquid. You want the heat, and you want to get the ear nice and red hot just before it starts melting. Just like that. And then a Crayon doesn't have to be anything specific, beeswax, whatever. You get that melted in there. That does help lubricate the thread, and then we're able to start moving it. Heat, you want to keep heat on it as much as possible. I don't always have 3 hands, but we got it moving with the vice grip in the right direction here, going in reverse. It's pretty well rounded off now, but it's turning. Come on, baby. The point is, it's turning, and I just got to keep working it back and forth, and the little bit of wax in there helps it. Helps lubricate the threads, and you just want to keep working it because we don't want that to break off in there. I want to get that out. We can go ahead and clean threads up, and then I'll buzz down this manifold, and we'll be able to reuse this. And again, heat helps immensely. You don't want to heat the bolt because you don't want that to expand. You want the outside metal. You want the outside metal working. I don't really like using vice grips because it rounds everything off, but I don't have a lot of room to get on the backside with the turbo sockets. Those turbo sockets really engage really well. But once you get the heat in there, and you see it's working back and forth now. Vice grips are pretty freaking hot. I think we're almost there. Yep. Oh yeah. And just like that, we're able to take, I think that's not an M10, that's a little bit bigger. That's going to be standard because of the age of the size or age of the Ranger. But point is, I don't like fucking throwing parts at shit, and if we can reuse something and save the customer money. The manifold's in decent shape. It's gonna seal just fine. We'll buzz down the other side. Again, we just needed to get the bolts out for the pipe, and just some tips and tricks. Like I said, Maddie's Auto. I spend the money to get the tools, yeah, $400, but I've used these on a number of occasions when you have a small, next to no head, especially with manifold bolts. The bigger ones, the bigger set, I don't know what these are running nowadays, but this is 3/8 drive. These work awesome. And again, nothing beats the fucking torch. Red hot, and that baby starts moving. You just got to work it a little, work it back and forth, a little bit of vibration, maybe with an air hammer. There's a couple of tips and tricks, but again, like I said, and I don't know where it went, but Crayola crayons work fucking wonders. Just figured that out within the last couple of years from some of the other videos I've been watching. So make it a great motherfucking Friday.